In this video, I'm going to talk about the repository groups. So you see, by default, when you connect your GitHub account after sign up, the AI code monitor tool displays the GenAI code composition at an organization level. This is what is the default information that you see. Imagine that you have just signed up, you have not done any other actions, you have not created any repository groups. So this particular section and the analysis and the statistics that you see over here is not visible to you by default. What you'll have to do is manage your repository groups, create a few repository groups, only then this information is shown to you. So how you go about managing the repository groups, you go to settings area and then you click on the repository groups. Now, to manage, measure, and monitor the amount of GenAI in your code base at a granular level, you must create the repository groups for your organization. Now, this has two benefits over here. It allows you to monitor the GenAI code composition at repository group level that you will see over here in the dashboard. And in turn, you will view the statistics in the underlying repositories. For example, if I take the first repo group over here, which is the crow proof of concept, it shows all the underlying repositories that you have collated together and you have put it under the group this one, number one, and the various rules that are applied to this repository group. You can see the traffic light signals, how the risks that you have identified, how they are coming up. So in this case, everything is green. That means there are no issues. In the second repository group over here, that has got three repositories, and you can see the various files, the types of files which are there under this repository. All of this information you see the GenAI code composition, all of this, and then the traffic light that you see that shows how the risks are there for this particular repository group. Green means good, amber that means it is medium risk, and something is in red that means this particular rule has been flagged as high risk. This is that's why in red in color. Now, in order for you to manage, measure, and monitor this amount of GenAI in your code at this granular level, you have to go to the settings and click on the repository groups, and then you have the option over here by clicking Add Group. So when you click on that, you can give a name, a usage category that suits what you are doing this group using this group for, say production legacy, internal tools or development. Select internal tools and any of the rules that you already have defined, you can select any of these rules at this moment which is there, and then you can hit create group, and this will give you a group name over here. I'll show you with an example. Create group, and then you can assign the various repositories that you think that should be part of this repository group, and you click on save. So you see the testing group repo group one over here with six repositories that you have selected for internal tools, and this particular rule has been applied. You have created a repo group. Now this repo group will be shown over here on the dashboard. The moment you create that, you see testing group repo group one with six repositories are is displayed over here. Now, as part of managing the repository groups, the other things that you can do is you can go ahead and edit them. You can edit the rules, you can edit the usage category, and you can also edit the various repositories that are over here. You can even edit the name and hit on save. So that ways you can manage your repository groups. The other thing that you can do over here, if you no longer need it, then you have the option to delete, which I'll show you over here. I'll click on delete, is ask for a confirmation, hit on OK. So this repo group one is gone. So on the dashboard also, it will be gone. It's no longer shown over here. So this is how you can add, edit, delete your repository groups, and that way you can see how the GenAI composition is displayed along with the risks and the traffic lights for those repository groups.